Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host Dr. Nick and welcome back to the 90s Guys show. Now let's talk about what the entire wrestling world, sports world, anybody that has access to the internet. Roman Reigns last night announced to the WWE universe and to the rest of the world that after 11 years of dealing with leukemia, it has returned, and he would be relinquishing the Universal Championship. I was absolutely blown away. He came out and talked and said, "My name is Joe, and I have leukemia." It blew me away. It really did. As professional wrestling fans, we have a very different view of, characters. Just like any person who watches television, watches movies. A lot of people don't realize that there's the character and then there's the actual person. People booed Roman Reigns and did not like him as a professional wrestler. But people also realize that his real name is Joe, a human being just like the rest of us. Whether you're a fan of professional sports, a fan of actors and actresses, sometimes we forget that these people are real people. They have real problems. They get sick. They die, unfortunately. And like myself, I grew up watching professional wrestling. And those wrestlers, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, guys like Roddy Piper, Hawk and Animal, Mr. Perfect, the list goes on. These guys were huge heroes to me, larger than life. Nothing bad could ever happen to them. Hulk Hogan got beat down by an earthquake, and he came back, against, unmeasurable odds. And then as the years went on, guys like Andre the Giant passed away, Owen Hart, British Bulldog, Mr. Perfect, the list goes on of people, and it sucks because I still like to believe in the level of, they're larger than life characters. And you could clearly see when this was announced last night, the people were they didn't really know what to do. Here was a guy who had been on their TV for, so many years so far and has played a character. And for him to come out there and be, who he really is as a person and announce that he's sick again, that he has a very serious illness again, it's out of remission. It shit got real. You could clearly see the emotion on Dean and Seth's face, and a lot of other people in backstage. Braun, the women's division that was around. You could clearly see that, everybody is a big family in the company, and when one of their own is hurt, sick, they all come together, which is fantastic. Hopefully Roman Reigns makes a very speedy recovery. I know a lot of people in my life that have dealt with cancer as an illness, and it's nothing to joke about. It's nothing to take lightly. It's very hard to stay positive because cancer has taken so many people in this world, and I don't know. Will we ever find a cure? I have no idea. There was a lot of people on social media, Twitter, Facebook, that were saying, I really hope this isn't some type of, work or storyline. It's not a work. It's not a storyline. This is not a joke. Roman Reigns, you know, where do you begin in explaining to people that they need to separate the two between the character, the persona, and the real person? And there's just so many cruel people. Pardon my language, but there's a lot of real assholes on the internet, and I'm sure you know this from experience. Trolls, people who want to jump in on conversations, and I ran across a couple of them myself, basically saying, this is one way to get Roman Reigns over with the fans, and it's things like that are just sickening, just absolutely sickening. Was I always a Roman Reigns fan? No. I appreciate his athleticism, and I appreciate what he's done for the business. Do I dislike him as a character? Not really. I am a bigger fan of Seth Rollins than I was of Roman Reigns, even at the beginning when Roman was in NXT. So I'm sure you'll see a lot of people come out and say, like, there's a guy, his name's Gemini 888 on YouTube, and basically he said, now people care about Roman Reigns. I'm like, dude, we care about people. We boo the character. We don't dislike the person as a whole. That's just completely asinine to think that people legit hate Joe, the real person. So, some of the most vile things have been said, so far, and hopefully people will get their head out of their ass and, finally get some, respect for others. But, it is what it is. But anyways, like this video, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you all later.